Crusher.
This is good camera technology. I've been using the cell phone, so it's been kind of like a little tougher to.
That should be your next purchase, I think.
Yeah, it will be. I don't know what kind I want to. I'm gonna do some research on
Research Daddies,
Research Daddies, RDs, Research and Development Daddies,
R&DDs,
R&DDs. Yeah, find a good camera.
That's where Morgan Freeman worked in the Batman movies. He was
did,
R&DDs,
R and double D's, baby.
Yeah,
that's right. So I'll figure something out, and then I'll consult the experts here.
Tudis.
Yeah.
Tudis.
And we'll figure out like a good way ahead. But I like these cameras. The phone actually does a pretty good job.
It does.
But I can't have a single point of failure. And in case I get an important phone call, like if war happens again.
If war calls you?
Yeah, if Army calls.
These are my awards from Army.
So you never know when you got to go back to that.
You have to go back to war.
Yeah. You guys get it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, all right, jabronis, we're back. We got a Independence Day weekend special. Now, we're recording this early. Yeah, obviously, because I'm not going to be up here during actual Independence Day weekend.
You're going to be fighting for our independence.
I'm going to be sacrificing. No, actually, I have a friend coming into town. When I say friend, I mean Craigslist.
I was going to say like a lover.
Special lover.
Yeah, whatever they call it on Backpage, lover. It's that. I think her nickname was Hot Roddy, so I'll give you boys a prize.
I love how you give them the non-binary name of their name. Their name.
Yeah, proper pronouns are important.
It's 21st century. We got to be
Happy Pride Month,
culturally appropriate or whatever you want to call it. So, so we just saw you guys invited me over to the guest studio again, so we can have our little Independence Day. How you doing? Talk about 4th of July. Once again, no agenda with you guys. We can BS. The only real theme is, I guess, freedom.
The freedom to wear what you want.
That's right.
Throughout Daytona Beach.
And we chose to go the Magnum PI route.
Yes. Nothing says freedom like the last state to come into the country.
That's right.
Florida.
Yeah. Against their will. Yeah. So
I was down there. It was a good time, man.
Yeah, you just got back from Miami for work, right?
Yeah.
For Sticks stuff. Real quick, before you get into it, I want to introduce for the idiots out there that don't remember, we got Nicky Sticks here again, and then his tag team partner, Pistol Pete, getting ready for the big match against myself and Crusher.
Oh,
I wouldn't call it a match. It's more of a massacre. I'll get to you later, Crusher.
I was going to say, let's save it for the ring there.
He's too busy putting on his weightlifting belt so he doesn't hurt his very delicate arm and shin bones.
His sultry abdominals.
Just because you have a nice tush doesn't mean nothing, Crusher.
Yeah. Doesn't mean I'm not going to crush it.
I'm not going to crush that tush.
Like a walnut on Christmas Eve.
Terrence, don't listen to this show. Put the kids away. So you get a little R-rated.
They got to learn sometime.
So you just got back from Miami. It was an adventure. I mean, you went for work, but it was really, I mean, you saw some of the content that they were producing too.
I was watching. I saw the balls.
Yeah. Greg did not have a good camera angle on that one.
So much balls.
Well, I got the problem is that.
What was that, for an interview?
Yeah, I know. Well, you didn't see my balls in it. We actually, they had a studio there.
They censored out balls.
This was just hangout time beforehand. But my problem is that I lost some weight, so like my pant size shrunk, but I still got these
tree trunk legs,
these cannons. So my legs are still fat, but like, so when you buy khaki shorts, they don't come in like length sizes. It's just shorts. You buy 38s, and so that's what I bought, and they fit around the waist. They were
pretty much not anywhere else.
No, you got a whole.
Like you spray painted them on.
Yeah, the whole bunch of balls in there.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe we can get it in post. We can put the picture up in post.
If I have it, we'll put it up here.
Yeah,
dude, we'll show the meatballs.
It was like Wimbledon. There
Jersey's
were so many balls flown around.
It was meatballs in a brajol is what I saw there.
But, did you order that from Fongul Gabagool?
No, but if I had my thoughts about Florida, and a lot of them are still largely true. But Miami was a good time. Everything that we saw, we would say like that's so Miami. Like we saw one of the brand new Corvettes, like the ones that look like
the mid-engines.
The mid-engines.
Yeah, they look like Batmobiles almost.
Painted American flag, like on the car, like a $30,000 paint job on an $80,000 car. And I'm like, that's the most Florida thing I've ever seen.
That's pretty Miami.
Yeah.
Miami.
I would say Miami, not so much.
Fort
Florida.
Lauderdale was actually really. Fort Lauderdale was like kind of like a Hoboken-esque, like cool downtown area. A lot of money. I went to a restaurant called YOLO. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had my feelings about that.
Miami though was fun. The Cuban food. I mean, we got Cuban sandwiches, the coffee.
What was Boca like? Because I know you took a couple trips to Boca.
We only went to our store in Boca, and our store, the Casa de Monte Cristo in Boca, is really nice. But we didn't venture too far out, mostly because of a time thing. It's an hour away from our headquarters, which was in Miami at the time.
Bit of a hike.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a hike.
So I shouldn't retire there.
No,
I should get my deposit back for the condo.
I mean, the condo just
at Del Boca Vista.
Yeah, no, up in Boca. I wasn't buying a condo in Miami.
No, Fort Lauderdale is actually probably where I would
really
hang. Oh yeah, the restaurants there were really good. Miami was fun. The heritage of the cigar industry in Miami was super cool because all the rollers at the small factories there are all like Cuban rollers, like authentic level 9 Cuban
they're
rollers
D1
from Cuba.
Cuban athletes.
Listen, Nicaragua, the DR, you still have top of line rollers, but these are they worked at the Cohiba factory in Cuba, and then they come over here and they get paid 3 times the amount of money, and they get better access to tobacco.
It's just like the MLB. They get all the top tier training down there, and then the MLB gives them that big paycheck and says, "Come on up here."
The Willy Wonka golden ticket.
That's right. You want to win a World Series?
Yeah.
Baseball been very, very good to me.
That's right.
But also explain too, like, because you mentioned to me before that like level 10 roller.
Level
Because like
10,
you hear level 9, it's like okay, but how about level 10?
Level 10 is like there's not hardly any of that. They're not even like really rollers at that point. They're more like probably like they're in charge of factories down there. Yeah, level 9 is like it's like a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and then they have like I think like the red belt or something is like for only the Gracies have this belt.
Yeah.
So, but
I don't
this
think
is
it's
like
red, but
no, it is a different color. Maybe it's like a
mauve.
I don't know what it is, but it's a different color one.
Fuchsia, I know.
Yeah, the fuchsia belt.
It's for the senseis only.
Level 9 is like a black belt in BJJ. Like you're top of the line, king of the heap. I want to wake up.
I think it's top of the heap, but I get what you're saying. Yeah,
Miami.
Have you been to Miami?
Oh, I was telling Nick maybe like 9 years ago. I was dating a girl who had a job that took her down there, so all I had to do was pay my way for the flight.
Sure.
So while she was working, I got to go up and down in South Beach on I think Ocean Ave is what it's called there.
Do cocaine? Or is they call it cheese?
They call cheese down there.
It's a different world.
Instead, I just got a hand-rolled cigar from a guy rolling it on the side of the road, and then I found myself at a transvestite bar. Like there were people performing,
like a drag show.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it was like a drag show on the street. Oh, it was a great time.
Look, no joke. Some of the most fun times I had, at least when I was in Pensacola with Frank the Tank, who hasn't been on the show yet. They had this place that had drag shows, and it was like cheap drinks, super entertaining. The place was packed. Everybody went there from base. Like they went to go see the shows. Yeah. It was fun. I don't mind telling it.
No,
I don't mind telling it.
I'll tell you, it was the highlight of my trip. And then there were like lights, like par lights and spotlights on the sidewalk. So like as you were walking by, part of the show was that like
you were on display.
One of the drag queens would grab people and sing to them as they're just casually walking by. It was awesome.
Yeah, they put on a performance. Good.
It was a great time.
It's definitely like a city where you shouldn't live there. But you should go there, but you should not live. You know what I mean? It's like almost like a Vegas. Like
you can't live on the mountaintop kind of a thing.
I don't understand people who like can live in Las Vegas, but I want to go to Las Vegas.
What about outside? Like just outside,
like outside of the building? Or?
No, just outside of Miami.
Vegas proper.
Oh no,
Vegas
outside of Miami is probably fine. I mean, like I said, Fort Lauderdale I would live in.
How far is that from Miami? I don't know.
About 40 minutes with 95 is like the main.
That's it, just 95 shoot up?
That's the main way to go.
I'm thinking of a closer place, like 15, 20 minutes outside the Miami-Dade
I was
proper.
only in,
they have some spots.
I was in the Wynwood section, which is where we stayed. We went to Doral, at Little Havana, and then Fort Lauderdale. And so I really didn't see like the suburbs right outside of Miami.
Okay.
But
it's a different world.
It is. But I did see where a lot of scenes in Burn Notice took place.
It's so great.
That was a highlight.
Burn Notice.
And then there's
I don't know why you guys like that show.
Oh no.
Well,
no. We'll talk about that. I know a guy.
Yeah.
I know Bruce Campbell is the only good part of that show.
That's
Bruce Campbell
true.
is.
And then there was that chinless guy who played Vance Munson from Hitch. He was in it. He was the star.
Jeffrey Donovan.
Is that what his name is?
You watch your goddamn.
That's the main guy.
That's what I'm saying. The main guy.
He's great.
The reason I don't do
he's no Bruce
podcasts
Campbell.
is that when you do podcasts, sometimes they run too long. I got a buddy of mine who does podcasts. I'll give him a call. Oh, I wish you wouldn't do podcasts. They're so dangerous.
Michael.
They're so dangerous, Michael.
Is that from Burn Notice?
Yeah.
All right, we're done here.
So spot on. And then like the budget Judi Dench. Yeah. This is mom.
Jane Dench.
Brenda Fricker. Yeah.
Like George's Jane Dench.
Yeah.
The homeless lady from Home Alone 2.
The foster mom from Angels in the Outfield.
That's right. Yeah. Kevin, run. But that's good that you had a good trip.
No, it was a good time. It was good. There was a really cool, I mean, this is probably a place they have in every city. They had a Prohibition speakeasy bar.
Yeah.
And
Very
behind the bar, there was a TV, and they were playing the movie Chicago with Richard Gopher Gear.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And so I asked
Richard the Gerbil.
Richard the Gerbil was his street name.
That's right.
But I asked the waitress, who was very attractive. I'm like, trying to show her my wit.
Make a
Didn't
move.
work.
Yeah, if you will.
So I'm like, do you guys only play like Prohibition themed movies? And she's like, oh yeah, totally. I'm like, what are some of the other ones? She's like, oh, I don't really know their names. I just started here. I'm like, all right, I'm thinking like Untouchables is next.
Oh, yeah.
Road to Perdition.
Hell yeah.
Nope. That movie ends. The next movie that starts halfway through the movie is Gangs of New York.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I guess it's technically Prohibition era.
No.
It's
I
not.
don't know.
Not at all.
I don't
No.
know.
Prohibition was 1930 to 1930. No, 1920, it ended 1936.
Oh, yeah, because Gangs of New York was way before.
Yeah,
Way
Gangs of
before
New York is
that.
1862, 1863.
So they just are looking for super stylized Hollywood cinema
Yeah. I
that
get
has
it.
some kind of filter
Well,
that makes
they-
it look older.
But the Cafe con Leche was delicious. So, like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, they
yeah, we
knew
ain't
idiots
hating.
like me would be going in there and be like, "Oh, look, this looks like Prohibition era."
are we prohibiting?
oh,
we
they dress different.
yeah. Well, I'm an idiot.
I did get a Manhattan there because I'm like, I gotta get a
How was
Manhattan. It was good. I
Oh,
thought it was gonna be
no.
some crazy thing. It was literally just like bullet and
No, but it
looked good in
wasn't
the
done
pictures.
well.
it wasn't done. I've had better.
Ah,
Better
jeez.
Manhattans.
That's
You know what I mean?
disappointing.
Yeah, but you know,
Then we won't say
jeez.
the name of the place.
yeah, I know I'm not gonna give them, but I will give Courtney props.
The Manhattan
she was our-
maker?
She was our waitress. Yeah,
Sure.
the Manhattan mistress.
There you go.
The
All right.
Manhattan Mistress.
Speaking of mistresses,
Mistresses.
mistresses, yeah. Let's talk about the mistress himself. Step into the cage.
Okay, let's run.
All right. This is a surprise sponsor. So we're going to do this one live. Today's Into the Cage segment is proudly sponsored by Funuccio Fountains. Are you looking for a piece of the Vatican on your front lawn minus the molestation? Then you need to order a Funuccio fountain today. We have everything your Uncle Guido ever wanted in a tasteful front lawn decorative fountain. Decorative. Hello. you
Decorative fountain.
absolute idiot. We have cute babies peeing. We have the god Apollo peeing. We have our special edition Romulus and Remus crossing Streamus, wolf not included. And of course, our Jersey exclusive Danny Aiello taking a massive piss in our beautiful fake marble fountain. So to get your Funuccio fountain today, visit website www.funucciofountains.com and use the promo code NoFondleFountain for 6% off your first purchase. You won't regret it, but your HOA might.
That was so well done.
I gotta get one of the
gotta
Romulus
get
and Remus
That
crossing
was
streams.
and then no wolf.
I threw that in there.
No
I'm
wolf.
like-
That's
I'm
a
like,
good
I
pepper.
really hope there's gonna be two people who get it, and they're both right.
They're
here.
both right here. Yeah.
And Mr. Zinsmeister.
Yeah, if he listens, he's a. I'm sure he's
I'm
an
sure
avid
he's
I'm sure he's an
listener.
avid
Yeah.
listener.
Yeah, but there you go. Get your fountain today. Danny Aiello is
Oh
I
my
wonder.
goodness.
I wonder if
the patron
Fungal
saint of New Jersey.
Gabagool could deliver one of the fountains.
They're hustlers, so I'm sure they'll find a way to add that to their delivery
They'll have
routes.
some cousin with a van. Like, yeah, we could throw a fountain in the back.
Yeah. Joey, you got room in the van? Yeah. Okay. Somebody order the Aiello.
we only got 15 trays of brajol we got to deliver, so we can fit the fountain.
Yeah,
in the
we
back.
got-
Move
yeah.
over to broccoli Rob. Keep it warm. You got to keep it warm.
The fountain can keep it warm or cool or wet.
Keep it moist.
So, one of you guys brought the cage fact today, right?
Yeah, that's I think Nick did.
Oh, so it's not a great. I thought it was just a cool one. I was reading his Wikipedia page, which is really you pick out any sentence of that thing and you got yourself a cage match.
Troubadour,
you got
a jazz musician.
Yeah.
So he was coming from a family like he did. You think you would have been inspired to act by like his family, his Aunt Talia, his uncle. But no, Francis. He actually was inspired to act when he saw Rebel Without a Cause and East of Eden with James Dean, and he's like, classic music did not inspire me, rock music not inspire me. The Dean inspired
James Dean did.
And he went on to have, I think, an equal, if not greater, career.
With an antithetical approach.
Yeah.
Easily a better career than James Dean.
I mean, James Dean only had four. He had Giant, he had East of Eden, he had Rebel Without a Cause, and he had like one other one. Like he had 4 big ones. And then, Mortha.
And then he drove off the cliff, right?
He didn't drive. No, he died in a car accident with his Porsche Spider. That's now haunted. Great
it's
episode.
It's a haunted,
Great
yes.
episode of Supernatural.
Drove off an embankment.
Yeah. Died of impact.
Yeah.
Here's a fact on top of that fact. The week before he died, he was leaving a restaurant and he ran into Alec Guinness, who played Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Obi-Wan saw his Porsche and he's in such an this is a true story, in such an Obi-Wan fashion, like basically touched his shoulder and was like, if you drive in that car in 1 week, you will be dead. And like that actually happened. And then a week later, I think Alec Guinness.
He said in 1 week.
He's like, it's like, if you continue driving that car in a week, you will be dead.
Oh my God.
I think Alex Guinness. I think he cut the brake.
I was going to say he might have known a little too much. Yeah.
Now everyone will think I am a wizard.
Yeah. I mean, did he put money on it?
Yeah, because Vegas was taking those odds.
Yeah.
What's the over-under on a week?
Dean dying in a Porsche accident.
Yeah, Obi-Wan is his riches. Alec Guinness's riches did not come from Star Wars or any of the other movies he was in. It came from that one bet that he placed. It was 2,000 to 1 odds
with that one-eyed bookie in Vegas.
Yeah,
Frankie one-eyed
Wookiee. Star Wars reference for all you nerds out there.
Jedi.
Yeah. But that's the cage fact.
Wow,
that's a cage fact and the James Dean fact.
Yeah,
so.
we get double fact.
But as much as we want to draw on Nick Cage's like family and history, and you're like, why wouldn't you be inspired? Like James Dean's pretty.
Oh no,
that's a pretty good.
But it also
inspirational
I feel
point.
Like, I don't know. I feel like there's another actor that he, in terms of like took his inspiration. Like obviously James Dean is the top level, but I feel like your acting style is nothing like James Dean.
Yeah, but I mean, like James Dean was like the guy who opened the door so that Nick Cage could do what he does.
It's he opened the door so that James Franco
could
touch kids.
Yeah, is he touching kids too?
He got in trouble.
Was it?
They're
kids?
all touching kids.
It was teenagers.
It was teenagers.
They were legal in Belize.
They're all getting caught. They're all on Epstein's sex pedo island
with McAfee.
And don't get me started on that.
Did you hear about John McAfee?
Yeah, we mentioned it in the previous episode.
Do you know about what he was doing with the girls in Belize and the poop?
I heard something about it.
Bubba?
There was a whole documentary.
I think it was some sort of like Cleveland steamer situation.
Yeah, he was paying.
Yeah.
They did a whole like a legit documentary. Tom Segura talked about it, where he was paying girls. He would lay in the hammock. They would lay in a hammock, and he would cut a hole, and he would lay underneath them, and he would pay them to just take hot steamy ones onto his
chest or his face.
What?
Yeah.
Is that true or is that like allegedly? Does he have video?
They did a documentary about him when he was like on the run in South America, and then they interviewed like these 3 or 4 women that all like worked for him, and they're like, "Did he ever pay you for sex?" And like, no, nothing like that ever. It was just
poop.
Nothing weird like that. It was just
ew.
We just did doo stuff.
But if let's say you're poor from a third world country, and some guy's like, "Here's $500 to you don't have to look at me. Lay down and take a poop through this hole, and don't worry about the consequences."
Well, here's my question: were those people paid by the people making the documentary?
I have no idea. I don't know the inner workings.
Because now this is questionable.
It could have been a ruse.
Because how easy is it to just say, "Hey, just tell them you shit on them"? Like just. Before we put you on camera, come here.
Yeah. We're gonna ask you.
The production crew is like in how we should go down to Belize.
Was that the strongest thing from it?
We should film a documentary, and what we'll do is we'll tell people that John McAfee likes hot, steamy
steamers.
Like remember when you like log into your Windows computer and a little bubble pops up, and you're like, fuck, I guess so.
Yeah,
like that guy, that name gets people pooping on.
Yeah.
But but he poops on your experience every time you open up your laptop.
It also pushes it continues to push the narrative that he was a bad guy, because that's what he was.
Right.
He was on the lam for tax evasion, so they had to continue like, this is not just a tax evader.
He's also taking shit.
I think he was charged with murder. Yeah, he's eating shits. Like,
Senator Clinton, what do you think about John McAfee? I think he's a tax evader. I think he's unpatriotic, and I heard he eats shit.
And I heard he eats doo-doo.
Well, you know what I think? In America, him being
and we need to stop. We need to suicide him immediately.
I mean, catch him.
I mean, we need to bring him to justice.
Well, I would say this, right? So
I think he eats shit.
It may be one of those things that it's like,
Can you open that? I got the whole
him being a tax evader in America makes him too relatable. So
everybody's a tax evader.
Exactly. So they made him too relatable with the tax evasion thing. So then they're like, look, people still like Wesley Snipes. Let's say this.
Yeah, he's going to be in movies again.
Yeah, he's going to be in movies again.
He was in movies since then. He was in Expendables 3.
Yeah. So there you go.
So perfect example.
Yeah,
okay,
but you need to elevate them to monster status of like,
in a movie with all these
shit.
Yeah.
Senator, why are we going after John McAfee so hard? Well, he's a tax evader. Yeah, but that's kind of a common occurrence. What else?
All you guys are tax evaders.
Oh, I also heard that he eats shit.
People poop on him.
Yeah, they're on the stand. She sweats. She doesn't know how to answer. She's like, I think he eats shit. And they're like, oh, shit. Oh,
no. Send the documentary crew to Belize.
Get the crew out there.
It's not only that. There's a hammock involved. That's all I'll say.
The hammock.
But okay.
we would lay in the hammock.
I don't... So I need to.
That's from the documentary.
Is that what they said? I didn't listen.
You can see that we watched
it.
the clip. We laid in the hammock, and then he would make the poo. He'd make the poo on him.
So it's one of those things too. Like, we could pivot here because I heard another story from my brother this past week about someone who was running for, like a council position in Brooklyn or something like that.
In Totowa?
No, in Brooklyn.
I know where this is going.
Okay, and apparently the guy just got caught dead to rights that he's into BDSM, like a video leaked online.
Yeah, but that's
that's not illegal,
no.
right?
This isn't like the level of poop, but I think what requires some accommodation is that like the guy after that happens, he goes, "Yep, that's me. That's what I do." But that doesn't change anything. It's like, all right,
yeah,
finally someone's sticking by it.
Everybody is into weird, not weird, but like
level.
something that's not in what we would define as the normal range, and like people hide it, like, oh, it's weird. I'm not into. But like, if everyone just was like, yeah, I'm into a finger in the.
Because what does that change anything about like holding office or what their decisions are? It's not like.
Well, I think the pooping one.
The pooping one's that.
I don't know about vote for that guy.
Yeah, because
you don't have to.
Because you have to talk to him, and you get the frag on you. That's how you get pink eye, COVID.
Him in a debate with Kamala Harris.
Did you hear about the guy? Do you remember the dude? I don't remember what state he was running for Congress or something. North Carolina, Ohio. I don't know. But he tried to get ahead of that sort of thing. He said he came out with this speech. He voluntarily came out and was saying, "Hey, but so people don't try to cancel me for anything. I'm going to come out ahead." And he just ran down this list of like women he did sex to and all this other shit that was above board. It was just a little like unique, if you will, in that community. Yeah. And he lost. Like he still got canceled for it. They're like, "You're a monster," and he didn't win the election. The poor bastard. Guys, like this. Meanwhile, the guy who won probably was doing like the sneaking around in the bathroom stalls, like with the foot tapping and the poop in face.
Yeah, poop in the face.
So will you blow me?
Yeah. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Happy 4th of July. Welcome to America.
So I mean,
where the points don't matter.
So speaking of Independence Day, I mean, like that's going to be at least some part of my weekend.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what did you guys do. You guys even have plans? Are you going to be? doing the shore thing?
I'm doing the shore thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing the Jersey Shore. How you doing with the family and my brother's in-laws, which is a great time. They came down last year. We started a tradition during COVID last year, I think. So really looking forward to that.
Like our forefathers started a tradition.
Exactly, with their Armenian brethren.
Pull the cellophane out and you take some shits on your face.
Yeah, of course, it's about the warmth.
It is the family warmth. I get it. I'm right there with
you. It's all about sharing and giving.
Yeah.
And wiping.
But
and wet wipes.
You're not going down, are you?
He invited me, but like they have a full house. I feel bad. Like I'm not gonna. Maybe I'll go down for like a day, like on Sunday or something. But I'm not gonna. I don't want to bother.
Share some gabagool.
Yeah.
Share some gabagool. Get your toes in the sand.
Don't talk about feet.
That's both you guys. Sorry.
It's not.
Can't do
It's
it.
not. That's one thing I put on socks. I'm like, Johnny's coming. I better.
I put socks on too.
Yeah,
I know.
good boy.
I know better.
It's respectful. I
Yeah, you know.
respect the LPDS.
I'm a host, but at the same time,
That's
I'm
right.
very
No, I
sensitive.
appreciate it. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely. Yeah, I'm even. No, we have a plan on what we're watching tonight.
I'm only watching that if we watch Cool Runnings, and you know it.
I don't want to watch Cool Runnings.
This guy's got something against Cool
I don't
Runnings.
have anything against.
What are you going to watch first? What did you want to watch?
Go
I
tell him.
want you to tell him.
No, you tell him.
You tell him.
No.
It's the greatest John Candy movie of all time.
Let's see if he guesses it.
Oh, it's Harry Crumb.
Damn right.
Yeah.
But I was also saying that like Cool Runnings is up there.
Cool Runnings is a good movie.
I know
It's
he's
not
gonna say
Harry
no.
Crumb.
No.
Here-
I'm not even trying to
in
compare.
no order, here are the 5 John Candy movies. In order.
I also know. Say what in order? Are we doing this
No,
in order?
not in order, except that Who's Harry Crumb is number 1.
Always.
Yeah. Home Alone is up there, even though it wasn't his movie, but because he was in it and he had a pretty significant part in it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
giving him Home Alone.
no. You can't do that.
I'll put a little asterisk on the Home Alone.
Uncle
But that's
Buck.
not number 2.
Uncle Buck,
Uncle Buck is a number 2.
Trains, Planes, Automobiles.
Number
That's a
3.
great one.
The one with him and Eugene Levy, like something security. Like they were,
Armed and Dangerous.
Armed and
Armed and
Dangerous,
Dangerous,
Yeah.
but I think Cool Runnings is above Armed and Dangerous.
okay.
See, I'm a big Eugene Levy fan
Yeah.
as well.
Okay,
so
so
that's
that's where
what
it
does
comes
it for
in.
me.
And
This
I
is where it
also-
gets subjective. We have to respect subjectivity here.
I was just
folks.
going to say that.
You
Now,
gotta
what's
respect
the
it.
best bad movie John Candy was in? We talked about this recently.
Was he the star in it?
No, he was in it. Chevy Chase was also in it. Dan Aykroyd was also
Oh,
in
it's
it.
called Not Very Bad Things. What the hell is
I
that?
know, we
movie?
always forget the name.
It's like getting into trouble or something like
Nothing
that.
But Trouble?
Nothing but
Nothing
trouble.
but
That's
trouble.
it. Yeah,
That's it.
that movie was terrible.
I forgot
bad.
Candy was in that.
Yeah. Also, what was the rap group that was in it?
Digital Underground.
Digital Underground was in
which
it.
we
yeah.
talked about in a previous episode on the passing of Shock G, Humpty Hump,
Humpty Hump was
rest
the one
in
with
power.
he was the one with the nose. With
Yes.
with the Groucho Marx.
He revolutionized the game. He helped bolster the BNC, the Big Nose community. So I
He also helped bolster
yeah.
a rather terrible movie about like they were like it was like almost
Very
like a
strange.
haunted family or like they were
And Dan Aykroyd was this weird goblin judge kind of thing.
See
Yeah,
you later, biker. Like
Very
it was just
strange.
very
So weird.
very weird.
Yeah.
But John Candy was in that too.
that was a good one.
Was not the biggest fan of Wagons East, but it was his last movie. He died filming it, so it has a special place.
That
my
is
heart.
in the heart. Yeah.
In the
But
heart.
I also fully admit that
I like
cool-
The Great Outdoors with Dan Aykroyd,
Oh,
where he
that's a
shoots
good
the
one.
bear with the lamp gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the reason why the Cool Runnings thing, subjectivity comes into place because I remember like I have such fond memories of watching that movie as
Sure.
a kid, like a lot.
Yeah. I get it.
Like honestly, Cool Runnings and Happy Gilmore almost have the same replay number in my youth.
I could see that.
security guard in the first Family Vacation movie.
He was.
The
Yeah.
Chevy Chase one?
Yeah.
National Lampoons?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
all Chevy Chase one.
The one where they go to,
They did the remake.
They go to
one.
Wally World.
Yeah.
And
That's-
John
oh.
Candy is the guard.
I really enjoyed that one.
And wasn't he also in what was that mermaid movie with Tom Hanks?
Splash?
Well, I think he was in
He might
Splash.
have
I think
been.
he was Tom Hanks.
I think he was the mermaid.
merman.
Yeah. Imagine John Candy as the mermaid in that.
But who
That would have instantly just shot up to the top to the top of the
but
list.
you got to tell your listener, like, it's so underrated. Who's Harry Crumb is such a,
It's such an underrated movie.
it's such a good. It
I
has,
for this
legitimately-
day and age,
Yeah.
anyway.
it has what's his name in it? The guy who ended up being the principal from
Ferris Bueller's
Ferris
Day
Bueller,
Off. Yeah, he
yeah.
ended up being
Being a-
also
being
like
a-
a child
being a pedo,
porno
yeah.
guy. Yeah.
yeah
Very, very shameful.
yeah. It's just
But-
such a great
Separate
His-
the man from his art.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But Harry Crumb, John Candy's ability to his disguises,
His disguises
and all this
when
stuff.
when his chest hair fell out and then he quickly
And he had to put it back
beard.
to a beard. Yeah, so he dressed up as some sort of like Eastern European,
Yeah.
like hair salon,
like extraordinaire
magician. Yeah, extraordinaire. Like he was, yeah,
and they were playing tic tac toe on like the mud because people had like the mud.
on the person's
Yeah.
stomach.
on the
Yeah,
stomachs, literally.
Oh my God.
incredible,
Ugh.
incredible.
That was-
What a talent he was.
I'm looking forward to seeing that movie
I
just
haven't
because
seen
I
it
haven't seen it in like
in a
10
long
years
yeah,
at
it's
least.
too bad I have to leave after this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd stick
But-
around for it.
This week, I'll watch it with you before you leave. But Independence Day has got to.
Oh, I think we probably should.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow night. We should watch it tomorrow night.
Maybe after the driving range. Well, you know.
Yeah.
Well, after work dinner special,
Yeah, dude.
but
Because you gotta watch Independence Day, and I'm not gonna watch it when I'm down at the shore.
Do we have it on VHS?
You can find it somewhere.
probably. I used to have.
We had it on VHS.
We had it on VHS, of
of
course.
course.
We used to also have. It was a computer game It was a 5-disc installation.
Yep.
The floppy 3.5 floppy A discs that you would have to use all 5 discs to install it. And it was pretty much you weren't any character from the movie. You were your own guy, but you were essentially saving you had to do all the different things. You had to do Will Smith's part, the president's part. What's his name? What the hell is the guy's name?
Will Smith?
No, the other guy.
Jeff Goldblum.
Take him out. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum. You had to do his part. You had to take him out, take him down.
Yep.
I mean, it's the greatest inspirational movie fight speech that the president gives, seconded only by Pacific Rim.
I don't know. I haven't seen Pacific Rim's speech, but
I just
Independence Day is iconic.
I know, but
we will not go quietly into the night.
So Idris Elba's speech, though, was definitely written with the idea of like, let's take Paxton's, and then just make it for this Jaeger
similar
movie.
movies to like
aliens attacking everyone.
I thought they were attacking
uniting
monsters. I thought it was big robots versus
but the big robots
aliens.
were like, it was like all the countries in the world together fighting the big monsters coming
kaiju.
out of the kaiju.
So they created big monsters to combat,
to punch them in the face. Like that was the technology. It's like we have the technology to make so many things. We can make a power cell that can power a big machine,
but we need
just
to,
so they can punch each other.
You need to punch it in the face. We need to,
what was it called? Like streaming or something?
No, I feel so
we're
shameful.
We're compatible. We're
drift compatible. It's called drifting.
It was usually it had to be siblings or relatives, but it was like, we're on the same mental magnetic field, so we could control it together.
Because that was the premise.
That was the premise of how to actually operate the Jaegers.
I'm telling you would love Pacific Rim.
I don't know how I haven't seen this.
This
movie, Charlie Hunnam is in it, right? The guy from
we were so surprised. We went into that.
We went into it like this is just going to be like cock rock of a movie where people are it's just going to be monsters and fighting. But then like 30 minutes in, we all are sitting in the theater looking at each other, midnight showing, like, what is happening? And then we all left.
Midnight showing of it?
We went to a midnight showing of it, and then as we left, we're like, that was like really good.
It was really good.
I want to watch it again.
Yeah.
And so, but anyway, the whole idea behind the drifting is the fact that like they build these robots that they find out after Idris Elba that you can't have one person man it because it's a brain power. Yeah, it gives you brain cancer.
Yeah, it gives you movie cancer.
Yeah, and movie cancer, right? Because it's way more treatable.
Yeah,
right.
It doesn't have
like Last Action Hero. Everything's a flesh wound.
Yeah. So you have to have 2 people man it, and usually brothers work best, right? Because the 2 brothers or twins.
The Australian
brothers always work best.
And there was
the father and son
and
team.
the triplets.
One of the guys, the Australian father, was the guy. He
was in a ton of stuff.
He was in the unit, and he was in Private Ryan as like Matt Damon's commander when they meet him. When they finally meet up with Matt Damon,
Paul Giamatti.
When they finally meet up with Matt Damon's team, the guy. He was in the unit. You know the unit.
Paul Giamatti.
You keep talking. I gotta find this.
I've never seen. I haven't watched the unit either. Is that with Chickless?
No.
That's the Shield.
That's the Shield.
The unit.
I thought he was in 2 cop shows.
No, the unit was one about Delta Force with the
Allstate guy.
The Allstate guy.
Oh, the guy who played
Dennis Hainsworth.
Yeah,
he was the
he was a president in 24 as well, right?
Yeah, this guy.
Him.
Oh, he was. I just watched him in Captain Phillips, I believe.
He might have been a captain.
I think he was a Navy SEALsman.
Yep,
Sealsman. This guy's always
some form of a sea person. Yeah.
But anyway, I think that they were going for a Paxton-esque, but they didn't have the.
They didn't have the salute, but they couldn't do
the best extra ever.
But they couldn't do that.
They couldn't.
They shouldn't have. They shouldn't have anyway. Good thing
so
they didn't.
I respect it more for that.
All right, but I'll go check it out.
I feel like that whole genre, because they tried it this year with early this year with the Godzilla vs. Kong, which I heard was average. I feel like the mega summer blockbuster that's not Marvel or DC or Star Wars, not even Star Wars, because Star Wars always comes out Christmas time.
Right.
I feel like that just random movie that was like this, like the Armageddon, like the summer blockbuster is like no more. They just it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, they gave up on it before COVID. Like
yeah.
There was nothing happening.
Well, it's also probably because the movies have been sucking ass lately too.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
That's why Pacific Rim, I feel like, was the last taste of that because it was totally unique.
Original.
Guillermo del Toro did it himself, like wrote the story. Like it wasn't from something else.
Is that Benicio's?
No, they're not.
Friend?
No, Guillermo del Toro. He did the first 2 Hellboy movies.
Yeah.
He did Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth.
He's like a very famous Mexican.
The Shape of
director.
Water.
Shape of Water. He won an Academy Award for
That was
Shape of Water.
fantastic.
Is Pan's Labyrinth the one in Spanish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a wild film.
Yeah.
That's great.
Wild film.
But I mean, as far as it being fully original, like the Godzilla storyline heavily influenced it because technically Godzilla is a kaiju.
Yeah, but in terms of like, it's not like, oh, somebody wrote a short story.
It stands
about
alone,
this.
though.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It was like based on a video game. It was original material that you. It's like if you wrote an original story about something taking place during the Revolutionary War. It's like, all right, well, the Revolutionary War is my source material, but then I'm writing an original story around that.
Sure.
Yeah, Godzilla was his source material, kind of,
but it's so its
same
own
universe.
thing.
Yeah, and it's like
Charlie Day.
Yeah, like Godzilla. It would have been cool if this was a sequel to Godzilla, in that like Godzilla is when the first monster attacks.
Well, some people have theorized that that's what happened in this one.
Yeah, I could see that because I think he was involved. Wasn't he involved?
He was in the first one, then he signed off.
Yeah, and the executive. And I think they were supposed to be all in one world because this takes place like 100 years after the first
Godzilla attack.
It has to be
kaiju
because
attack.
of the technology advancements.
Well, they
right?
got punching robots.
Well, on
talking robots.
Sure.
they had the wall that they built because they thought that was going to do it, and then they just tear through the wall.
I have a trivia question.
Did they make any sort of like storyline addition or mention of like why nukes weren't working? You had to just punch them to death. Like
no, did
they
the first
talk
one,
to how it got to punching?
Yeah, the first one it like took so much to defeat it. They had to like shoot nukes and like all those missiles at the first one. They finally killed it, but then like 6 months later, another one came
and it was immune.
And it was immune to that. So
that was
another way. And so
okay. So they did. Okay,
they kind of had like a Superman doomsday approach where it was like you kill it like this once. They had some kind of like
adapt
connected consciousness so that the other universe where they came from.
Because remember, Charlie Day drifted with the baby.
You could drift with the kaiju.
Yeah.
That's not unlike how plants react when you cut them. A lot of plants, including grass, when you cut grass, it emits that smell. It's that they're signaling to other blades that the end is near. Get ready. Yeah.
Why do you gotta put that in my mind? Now when I cut grass, I'm gonna have to think.
They're screaming. And when you know how when you cut grass, sometimes it's like a little wet. That's their blood.
Okay. No. That's their blood and their children.
Yeah, and I mean,
here's a little
trivia
question. What very 90s product vending machine is visible in Independence Day?
Independence Day.
In the movie, when he's talking to Harvey Firestein in the office, and he's like throwing the cans out. There's a vending machine with a super 90s product that I don't think is around anymore.
It can't be Coca-Cola. It's got to be something like All Sport, something like that.
Was it Surge?
No, it's not a soda to my knowledge. I never really tried it.
Really threw me off now.
Yeah, now
it's got like. I can't. The word is the word. I can't say the word, but it would be more of a like an apple juice-esque thing than a soda, from my understanding of it.
So it's a juice.
So it's not Gatorade.
It's not Gatorade, but probably like Yeah. It's more of a
like
juice.
A shoot. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's not Fanta. It's
close.
Jeez. It was that drink that they had all the different flavors, and it was like it began with an F.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
It wasn't Fanta.
No. It was like oh God,
Fresca.
No, it was like
Fontana
or Fantana or Fins. It's a fan.
There's a big important word in the word.
Fantastic.
No.
Oh gosh, what?
Apples, bananas, pears.
Fruit of the Loom.
Close.
Fruitopia.
We did it.
We got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Good night. Stay strong.
Huzzah!
Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Fruitopia is gone. In fact, I think there was always a rumor going around that Fruitopia had guano in the ingredients, and that was the joke. It's like, oh, guano's batshit. Oh, you're drinking shit, and it was like, I don't care.
But isn't guano in like all the energy drinks ever? Like, wasn't that?
No, that's guarana.
Yeah, but that was like the like the little analytical leap that people
Yeah.
took was, guarana is just a
It's like
different
guano.
chemical name for guano,
Sure,
meaning
backle.
and that's just something like everybody in middle school
Yeah.
would say. Like that's
Yeah.
what you did. You
Yeah.
saw a word that looked like another word, and now you're
That's
eating
what that
shit.
is.
Right.
Now you're taking
Now
dumps on
you're-
somebody's face. Yeah,
But yeah, Fruitopia was the
And then that disappeared.
yeah.
That disappeared like Surge.
Yeah.
Surge is still around in some places. Like
Where can I get Surge?
Where?
Look,
Tell me where.
I promise you that almost any Walmart in Florida still
Surge?
has Surge. I'm pretty confident.
Dude,
it
a
does,
Walmart
yeah.
in
I gotta go
Florida
down to
is
Florida
like is like the Temple of Doom. Like there's hidden treasures there. Like I forgot about these.
Yeah, they're
I
there. They
swear,
got
Surge was
everything
my
there still.
favorite. Oh my god, it was so bad too. My parents. It was one of those. I was like, only once in a while.
It was like
And when I
Code
got
Red Mountain Dew. It was like this is
Mountain
a
Dew
once in a
can't
month.
shine
not
its
red.
shoes. Okay,
It's not good.
Surge
it's like
is-
Code Red is not good stuff.
No, it comes in red and it goes out red.
That's right.
Is that blood?
It's colon cancer. Yeah. what
Kyle.
we're trying to say here is it gives
We're
you
trying
colon
to say,
cancer.
Kyle,
Yeah,
put down the Doritos. Take a run.
that's right. That's why
Hop
Jeff
off World of
Goldblum
Warcraft.
didn't drink that stuff. He didn't want.
No.
He didn't want to drink bad shit. And he didn't want to get colon cancer.
No.
Yeah, that was the cancer dogged. Yeah,
why is he turning into Pee Wee Herman?
Yeah, somebody always
that's what he
makes-
always did.
No, he's like,
Ah,
That's how everyone's impression always ends up.
faster.
let's go faster.
Let's go
Let's
faster.
go faster.
That's Jurassic Park, though. Don't mix.
Yeah.
No.
Don't mix
It
Goldblums.
was in both. He did
It actually
in both.
was in both.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, when he was trying
When
to
they were taking
escape
the space shuttle.
the mothership. Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
That's
Will
true.
Smith was
Touche.
great in that. Dude, between he was on such
Will
momentum with
Smith-
that, Men in Black, and then we all know what brought him down. We could Wild West,
I liked Wild West.
but no one else did.
It was the first one that departed from the alien thing,
But it had a
Yeah.
giant spider.
Yeah, but it was mechanical. It was steam engine.
which is, thank
was
you.
an
as
industrial.
realistic as you can
It was an
get.
industrial
Yeah.
spider.
I would rather have that spider in that movie as opposed to a Superman movie,
Yeah, that's
which
true.
is really where that came from.
That's
Yeah.
true. I think we talked about it.
We did.
Well,
Yeah.
one of the times you were around as well, we talked about
the Kevin Smith. Yeah,
Kevin Smith
writing
talent
the
addition
Nick Cage
on that.
Superman movie. It was Nick
Yeah.
Cage. Yeah.
that would have
Yeah.
been an absolute treasure of a movie.
If I
Nick
ever-
Cage Superman fighting a mechanical steam engine spider.
And he wasn't allowed to wear his cape. He wasn't allowed
Right.
to wear like the suit, and
I mean-
he couldn't fly. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, so you're just this is just a movie about a guy fighting a spider.
Yeah, in tights. A guy in tights. Nick Cage fighting a spider who could have probably been a figment of his imagination the entire movie.
Right, could have been this head the whole
Like,
time.
you know how he'll be fighting a spider and then they cut to some other guy's point of view and it's just him just kicking the air and fighting the air. That's what it would have been. Like Vampire's Kiss. Wild.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, don't bring that movie up in front of Pete.
Oh god.
It angers him how much he hated it.
There's so many Cage facts that came from that movie you don't even realize.
Well, yeah, that movie is rife with so much, but it was just one of those
Stack
movies that
filled.
afterwards, like every Cage movie, I'm a big fan of Cage. I'll find something redeeming about it. And that one, I
Jiu-jitsu-
found something redeeming, but I had to work so hard.
I will tell you,
Really?
I would the
did he.
rewatchability of Vampire's
he
Kiss.
must
The rewatchability of Vampire's Kiss is 10 times that of Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, I can't
Probably.
even touch that movie.
Yeah.
That was the worst part about me getting COVID was watching Jiu-Jitsu.
was that the COVID?
Nope, the worst part of it, because otherwise we
It
had,
wasn't the fact that you had to bat something inside you.
we had a pretty good.
Yeah, you ate bat shit and now you're dying.
No,
He was
no,
sitting in the
I had
corner of the couch.
factory stuff inside me, not
Yes,
that
that's
stuff.
right.
Finally.
Lab
Yeah.
stuff.
Yes.
I
Lab
had
stuff, yeah.
lab stuff.
And we can say it now.
Finally, the
we
tinfoil
can
hat.
say-
Right.
Because John Stewart
John
said
Stewart
it, so
said it.
now it means it's real.
Jesus,
right.
guys.
But he also hates
You
Chicago
did it.
deep dish pizza, and I don't mind Chicago deep dish pizza.
It's,
You know,
yeah,
though.
it's different though. It's not really a pizza.
It's got to be
more like-
Chicago. I'm not going to say. Actually, Pizzeria Uno is the authority because the original
were the number
Pizzeria
one,
Uno
yeah.
actually created it. But I,
numero uno, if you
Yeah.
will.
yeah, I do that. I don't like if you go to your regular, pizza parlor, a Joe's Pizza, and get like a deep dish. That's just too thick and just too doughy. At like a legitimate Chicago eatery,
style, yeah.
It's like a meal. It's like
Yeah.
a real.
But
It's
like
an
they have,
actual
like,
how
pie.
you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have
Pie.
the good crust. It has like almost like a cheesy crust. Like they put Parmesan on the crust of it. It's good.
It's
stuff.
very good.
It's good stuff. Are you
Got the
you,
sauce. It's like a
yeah.
pizza bread bowl with a whole how you doing in
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
You I know you're taking a trip soon out west in a couple
Correct.
of months.
Where you
Good-
going?
I'm going on a road trip in October for like 3 weeks. and I want to go. I'm probably only going to go as far out as Dodge City, Kansas,
Sure.
and then swing down to visit my aunt and uncle in Austin to kick off the trip
Sure.
in the first week, and then work my way east, go to NOLA, go out to. I want to go to Charleston, and then I'm going to have like a vacation weekend in Hilton Head.
Are you gonna do
Sex?
well? I mean, you could do sex if you want. It's free country after all. After
Oh, thanks,
Independence
guys.
Day,
As long as I have her permission.
right? Naturally,
Yeah.
but are you gonna do what I think you should do? And this is just a recommendation.
Yeah,
What I
please.
think you should do is you should pack or procure attire to fit each stop along the way.
So a cowboy outfit for Dodge City,
Yeah, something like
a cowboy outfit for Austin, and
Or-
a cowboy outfit for Charleston.
Yeah,
A Civil War outfit for Charleston.
Yes.
you just match the region, but it has to be historical region,
Yeah.
not what it
Okay.
currently is. But like you have to go Old West, you have to go Old Confederacy,
Mhm.
I'm doing
like
the
all
crayon,
that
Miss
stuff.
Beauregard.
Yeah, you have to dress like a voodoo witch doctor in New Orleans.
Oh yeah.
Something-
Or get dressed like Nick Cage.
Or
Yeah,
just dress like Dr. John.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Yeah, that's true too.
So okay, I could
have
totally do that.
All right. When you first told me about this, I'm like, oh, that's really cool that we want to get out there. It's been a tough year. You know, want to get out there in the world, live a little bit.
Now you want in?
No, now I'm thinking, I'm like, you're just doing Supernatural. aren't you? You're just
No.
watching that show for the past 2 weeks, and I'm like, man, that's what I gotta do.
I
I gotta get a Chevy. Oh, it's gonna drive
All right.
to Kansas.
yeah, I'm gonna do it in my Lexus.
I gotta
Okay.
drive
Just a
to
duffel
Kansas.
bag and
Double
wherever
bag-
the wind takes me.
a double bag in my woes, man.
I'm duffel bagging my woes. No, it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, okay. I would be lying if I said that watching Supernatural for most of my life for the past 5 months
Didn't
has not
influence
influenced me. But at the same time, like
You're just gonna
after my brother did his road trip last year, I was
Yeah.
like, man, I would love to do that. And so I'm just gonna do it.
You're
I'm
just gonna play
go.
Carry
And
On
you
My
can-
Wayward Son on loop.
You
could also
actually, I'm gonna
one-up
deep dive
them.
into Kansas.
Yeah, you should one up him with the
attire.
uniforms. Yeah, I don't wanna
I
say
love
out,
that
yeah.
idea.
What do you? 'Cause-
I always like
yeah.
doing that. Whenever I go places, I like to immerse myself in the culture in a cartoonish way. That's really not immersing myself in the culture at all.
Like yesterday when you were dressed as Rambo's bad guy.
That's right. Yes, when I was Rambo's interrogator, or like when we went to Italy. I
Oh
think
my
you,
God.
you
No,
did-
no. You did not immerse yourself in the culture. You immersed yourself in something.
I just said you don't listen
It's
at
not-
all.
No, it's not historical. It wasn't historical either.
No, I just said I immerse myself in a culture when it really does not really do anything like that at all. It's cartoonish and I stand out. I just said that. I don't
that
know
was
what your
not-
problem is.
that
You
was
never
not-
listen to your brother. I just called myself out
That
and you
was-
try to
that was-
double down and
that
I'm not
was
going to let you do
That
it.
was not your theory 10 years ago when we
It
went.
absolutely was not.
You went there thinking, oh, they're going to make me one of their own.
Yeah,
They're gonna
so what?
They're going to have a parade for me. Look how authentic this guy.
I
And you went
I was
there.
wearing a picnic table cloth on my top as a shirt.
Tell them the shoes. Tell them the goddamn shoes.
They all know about the shoes. The shoes are still there, and guess where they're going to be next year when we go to Italy? They're going to be on me.
They're on the plane on me.
That's right.
In coach.
That's correct.
Watching First Watch.
And we're going to get right into the Italy. They're going to let us right in.
Oh, you're from here. Come
They're
on.
going to look and they're going to be like,
Oh,
"You're
Mr.
Italy."
Oh, Mr.
You're-
President. Come on.
Yeah,
No
Mr.
global
Italy. Yeah.
reentry needed.
Oh,
Mr. Italy
Mr. Italy,
2004.
please come on in. Welcome back. We've missed you.
Oh, he showed up to the house like that. We were like going to the airport. He showed up
I
and
still
he's
have
like,
the picture.
and he was
If
like-
I
he's
have
like,
it, I'll pop
"Look
the
at me.
picture up here.
I am. I'm telling you,
Incredible
we went
photo.
right from the airport to our hotel to like knock out because we were like with the time difference. And as soon as we get to the hotel, he's like, I think that changed these shoes. There was nobody in the whole airport, in the hotel, and walking the streets. Nobody.
What kind of shoes
One of
were
a
these?
kind. I don't know the brand. I still have them.
But
they're like-
Describe them to
they
me.
were
They're a gray.
they were
Okay.
not great.
Wait a second. Yes, they were. Listen to me. I have a mind like a steel trap. I can visualize them right now, and you're going to see in the picture what they were.
Go ahead.
There's a
Okay.
gray side. It's like a fake suede gray.
Okay.
Okay, and then the design on the shoe was a
Like one of those.
Easter color plaid. Out of control, ridiculous shoe. And it
Okay.
matched perfectly with my Easter color plaid. It wasn't flannel. It was a plaid tablecloth material.
It was a tablecloth
shirt.
you were wearing. Okay.
Yeah, I forgot what they call the shirts. They're called like tablecloth shirts or something like that.
Yeah.
It matched perfectly with that. And then I had a ridiculous light blue, the shorts I wore when we went golfing.
Oh yeah,
earlier. Those shorts, it was a scene.
They were
That sounds
blue
amazing.
shoes. They were blue shoes. I love how they had an Easter color and a gray. You
An
wore
Easter color
blue
plaid.
wingtips.
No, they're not blue.
Well, you didn't. Okay, so how
The
much
blue
of
was not the overriding color. If I remember correctly, it was plaid. There was Easter plaid.
Well, if I got to ask then, when you want to take the shoes off, when you got back to the hotel, how much walking around did you do? Or did you just go straight from airport to the hotel?
No, we walked around a bit. They were just there because they were new. They were more uncomfortable. I would have toughed it out.
Oh, okay.
But I did admit, like, this is not Italy. Like, this is not.
No,
When
yeah.
he-
Like, I can admit my faults.
When he got
Yeah,
there,
but you said
there.
you're going for the cartoonish overshot.
No. At the time,
It ended up being that. At the time, I was like,
This is what
I
they
think this
do.
is Italy. I think this is Italy. I think I am Italy. And then I got there, I was like, I am not Italy.
Meanwhile, I had on an old Mets t-shirt covered in sauce. Fitted
Italy.
I was
Well,
camouflaged.
'cause we were also in Rome.
You couldn't even see me. I was just camouflaged into the restaurant.
Because we were also in Rome. There's a lot of touristy
Yeah.
Go in there
folks.
and get Nick. I don't know which guy.
I can't see him. There's
Like there's 15
look
of
for
them
the
in
fat guy with the sauce on his shirt.
Yeah.
That narrowed it down.
Dad, just call Bob. Tell her we lost.
Where we lost Nick. Yeah.
Just
He's
grab
been
one of-
taken.
It's like when they drop off in Rick and Morty when they drop off the dad and they
Oh yeah.
they get the wrong one.
We grabbed the
It's
wrong
Jerry-
Rick. Yeah,
Jerry
we grabbed the wrong
Jimbery.
Nick. Yeah.
That was a
Oh,
good trip. I'm excited to go back. That was a good trip.
Italy's a fun time.
We're going. First of all, I got to lose like at least 30 more pounds, and we got to do massive cardio leading up because our plan is whatever city we're in, every hour and a half on the hour and a half,
You know, that's,
Cappuccino.
we're gonna stop for a split a pizza and 2 shots of espresso from a different place. And
We don't have to do pizza.
No, that's what we're gonna.
You gotta, no.
it'll be pizza will be the fail safe, but depending on the location, there might be a
so
better
much
a better
locally.
snack meal. Yeah,
There's so
locally.
much locally.
like,
Also,
like Nutella.
Pizza's
Yeah.
pizza's a fail safe. You can't go wrong with a snack pie.
did you guys go
obviously.
to Alto Grill when you were there?
We did not. I don't believe so.
Oh my god.
Where is that?
It's along the road.
Okay.
In Italy.
Okay.
Yes.
This was. I was waiting for something, but this is my point. We're talking about. This is not
Yes,
like
no,
we went to Miami in this neighborhood. Oh, did you go to this? We went to a whole
Italy.
continent
All
away,
of it.
and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, did you go to Frank's Bistro?
No, okay. Listen,
Can we
you
narrow
guys,
it down?
yes.
Can you give me a grid coordinate or something?
I can't give you a coordinate
Longitude,
because there's
latitude?
so many of them just along the
so
major
it's
highways.
okay. So it's not one point. It wasn't
No.
a family
So it's
joint.
like a
Okay.
7-Eleven.
All right.
It's more like
A Wawa.
like a New Jersey Garden State Parkway rest area.
Like a Roy Rogers.
5.0.
Okay.
I'm saying 5.0.
Yeah, like a Roy Rogers.
Like you can get a coffee
Should've
at
gone
this
Roy
place
Should've-
that's better than the espresso you get at the finest Italian restaurant in New Jersey.
like Mr. Frucci's.
Okay. Oh, we'll check that out then. I didn't know it was like a rest stop type
It's
of
just a rest
situation.
stop thing, but you can get a panini.
What's
told
it
me
called?
about it.
Palo
Espresso?
Alto?
No, the
Alto
Alto Grill.
Familia? Okay.
Alto Grill.
Remember this, people. Alto Grill.
Alto
You
Grill.
remember the woman I saw on the train that I fell in love with, right?
How
I
many
do.
of them?
Yes.
No, there was one woman on the train coming back from
She was
Florence.
special.
First of all,
Really?
she was thick, but like a good thick. Like she was not. I would not consider her overweight, but she was like she had that little bit. That's really nice. And it was an hour and a half train trip
Up to Florence.
coming back. It was on the way back.
Yeah, but on the way back,
Yeah,
you're right.
on the
You're
way
right.
back.
Yep.
What was your conversation with her like?
Oh no, I didn't talk to her at all.
Oh boy.
He talked to me about her, and I was in agreement.
So Johnny, what
Yeah.
was your
You,
conversation?
you
with her
tell
like?
me. You tell him why I rightfully so fell in love with this girl.
No, you got it. That's your thing.
In
You're
the
the
course
guest
of
of
an
honor,
hour and a
yeah.
half train trip, she out of her bag pulls out a full sandwich, like this big sandwich, eats the sandwich. Then they come down with like the trolley of food. She gets like a container salad with like meats and cheese,
Like
eats
an
the whole
antipasto
thing.
almost.
Then
it
we're
looked
like
to
20
go.
minutes from the train station in Rome, and she like out of her bag just pulls out like a sheet with sliced prosciutto on it and just starts eating it.
You know, like
She had-
cutting board. It was like a roll-out cutting board.
Yeah.
And she already had like cured meats
Yeah.
ready.
And I looked at her and I'm like, I'm gonna put a baby in you.
What?
He went. All of a sudden, Nick's got his snack table here. You just hear this under the table, like the.
It was
He
my
went from
balls.
6 to midnight.
fat balls.
It was his meatballs busted out of his bands.
dude.
And I never saw her again. I hope she sees this.
I hope she's still. Yeah, we got to go on Craigslist misconnections in Italy.
We see her on the same trip, but she's like 400 pounds.
Also,
now.
you gotta think if you do misconnections in Italy with your story, that's every Italian woman on a
It's
train.
too
I'm
common.
guaranteed to like get a hit there.
It's like
If they all kind of look like her and they all eat like
Well,
that,
we
like,
can build a narrative like
Yeah.
it was 2013.
I'll make you a citizen.
There
I'll
was
do
a
it.
brisk breeze in the air. It's
You
like trying to
pulled out
find
your-
you.
Along with the love that
You pulled out your prosciutto. I pulled out
I
mine.
pulled my I pulled out mine.
Who's is saltier?
Let's find out this summer on Nick Does Italy.
Yeah, it was one of those weird things where it was like
Step aside, Stanley
you
Tucci.
couldn't every time you thought every time you thought it couldn't get any better, she would pull out another snack and he would just be like prosciutto, gabagool. And
Oh my god, it's like when you're like admiring someone for like something they're doing that's
Yeah.
like so incredible.
Like a
I
celebrity
swear to
almost.
God, if she pulled out an A&W root beer, I would have kidnapped her. That's
you go, that's it, over the shoulder.
But in Italy, I feel like that's how you get a wife. You just kind of like, you're with me. And they're like, okay.
They were very aggressive with the womanizing. I will
Oh,
say
yeah.
that.
They're
Things you
bad.
cannot get away with in
They were
this
like, put
country.
their hand in their pants, like,
There's things,
Yeah, it was
there's things
very
you can't get
aggressive.
away with.
It's like, oh, dude. Even it was 2013 aggressive, which is like,
Yes.
Even at the time, I'm like, I don't know how I
There was
feel
things
about
you
this.
couldn't get away with in America in like the 90s.
No, it was
Yeah.
very
It's
aggressive.
bad out
yeah,
there.
yeah. Exactly. Hand in the pants. Go.
And it's apparently supposed to be flattering.
They
mean-
ate it up.
I was flattered.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they almost got me too.
oh, whoa!
Yeah.
Wowza, guys!
I don't know how. I don't know
It
what
was
they.
a picnic table shirt. They
Must
thought
have
they,
been the water.
they wanted to lay out some nice meats on you.
Some salamis.
Remember that
Send a salami to your boy in the army.
that documentary of the Italian, the rugby, what's it called?
Oh, the greatest game, not the greatest game.
Yeah, but what was that? Remember that sport was called?
Oh,
Rugby.
No, it was like the. I
No,
told you.
Footy ball?
It's in Florence. Yeah,
It's once every
year, but it's only
year.
3. It's like football. It's like rugby, but instead of blocking, they fight, like takedowns, mixed martial arts, headlocks.
Oh.
But it's like on a rugby pitch, and like the fans go crazy. There's only 4 teams. From the 4
Scoville or
I can't remember what it's called, but it's a very fierce game. It was on this Netflix documentary about like weird sports around the world.
Yeah.
And then they did like a whole episode about this, and then they followed like the leading members from each team. And like the day before, and the match is like the final match is like a big deal because it's scary. People get hurt all the time. And so this guy was
Calcio.
Calcio Vecchio or something like that. It's like
Oh, jeez.
I think I went
Calcio
to
Studio.
Calcio Studio, yeah.
Calcio Studio.
And
went
then
to high school with a calcio story.
Vinny
No,
Calcio
this is-
Studio.
Yeah.
This is bonkers.
When they're doing like the preview thing and they're like kind of interviewing everybody. And so it's like the day before, so everyone's like kind of like with their family, like getting ready.
Sure.
And they're with the one guy who's having a picnic with his wife, and they're doing the picnic, and then he pulls out a bottle of wine, and then they're like talking. He's like, she's like smiling, and he's like, yeah, I gotta get ready for tomorrow. Just pulls out olive oil and just like starts pouring it over like a whole. And this guy's like 90 pounds. He's a
Yeah.
he has a whole big loaf of bread with the various like the harder meats on it, and
Sure.
and he's just like pouring olive oil. I'm like, he's bringing olive oil to the picnic.
Yeah.
And he's just
To
like,
the
yeah,
game.
gotta get ready for tomorrow. And
I thought you were gonna say he was pouring it on some lady.
there were on his wife.
there are people who like, because it happens once a year, they'll like break bones in the first match, and when their team wins, they still play at the next
'Cause
game.
You
Yeah.
can't. Yeah. You,
It's like you have to.
And you could
what are
only
you gonna
and
do?
people
Yeah.
and people will, if like they're pregnant and they have a kid, they go to their side of the town and have the kid
because
there.
that's the only way he could play on that
'cause
team when he
it's
grows up.
strictly by
Oh,
where
that's-
in the city you're born.
Yeah.
So like
and
if
they'll
you
fire out the kid so
they'll
that
go
he can
into that
be
hospital. Yeah.
The one
Incredible.
guy was an IT.
Well, he was an IT
And
guy.
the other guy, the
Italian?
big, yeah. But the
Italian.
big guy, he had a sleeve tattoo. Johnny, it was just black.
Black.
Like it was almost
Oh,
like
it was just colored.
it was
Yeah.
just colored in
I wonder
black.
if it was a
and then,
cover up.
And then like a strip here, and then another little strip of black, like a bare strip here, then another strip of black here. And he
It's
was
just
like,
a gabagool. That's
Yeah.
what that was.
and he was 44, like lived with his mother, and he was a bouncer at like a nightclub.
at Furio's nightclub.
Yeah, Furious nightclub. POV, you are gabagool.
Yeah. One of the greatest memes ever.
Go
But,
stand over there. I'll call you when I'm ready.
but yeah, long story short, we got to go.
We're going to Italy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to go.
Yeah. Well, aren't you going next year with your family too?
We'll see. We'll see. My dad wanted to go this year, but it just didn't happen. So
Yeah, it's still rough over there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll go next year, hopefully.
We
Get to
want
go
to
back
do
to the old country.
Yeah, we want to do a
Sure.
lot.
I want you guys to come to the town. You guys got to come and stay in Joy. Joy's the name of the town.
And it's also the
I
emotion.
think I've heard of that before. Maybe you
Because
talked
it's
about
close.
It prior.
Yeah,
My dad
because
also
it's close
brings it up all
by
the
where
time.
you guys are. Your father's from, right?
Sasana. Yeah.
Sasana,
It's
yeah.
Sala Consolina is like the big.
Yeah.
It's all kind of in.
But
that,
we
in that
walked
region.
there to Sasana one time. Me and my uncle
That's cool.
and
Did you see anyone who looked like him?
Hmm?
You see anyone who looked like him?
everybody.
Yeah.
I
I
was
was
gonna
like,
say
Johnny.
Okay.
They were
Uh,
Spanish.
Yeah, they're Spanish now for that reference. But no, it's awesome, and the hometown where my father's from. We saw the house where he and all of his brothers and sisters were born.
That's cool.
There's a little
In the tub.
yeah. Well, the tub's not there anymore, but we know where it was.
Sure.
Here was the tub.
Now it's a stand-up shower and
Why
washer
is-
and dryer.
And they still have their kids there. So they just wash them off real
They-
quick.
they
They ring them
They
out.
squat
and they
over.
throw-
They squat over the washing machine.
Yeah.
All right, put on a quick
Right
drop.
in, yeah.
Quick wash.
Paolo, I got
Yeah.
another one.
Medium spin cycle. And then they ring them out and they get them out to the farm to go.
Get in the fields.
Yeah. To
They
go
spray with some cologne.
procure
give
the
them a mustache.
tomatoes. Yeah.
But it's really fun because you always hear stories when you get to go to places like that. And so like I hear stories about my father and about because my father was apparently a horrible kid growing
Sure.
up. And
Sure.
so he and my aunt were always like in cahoots pulling hijinks. And
Pulling,
then
I was supposed to say pulling heights.
my father
The
so
Italian
Super sod heists.
so yeah my grandfather owned a bar in town, and like a bar there isn't just like a bar here where it's liquor. It's like, no, you can go there for gelato, you can go there for coffee, the whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
So my dad, when he was younger, he was maybe like 10 years old. He went in the bar when they were closing up, and they locked up and left. And my father stayed there so that he could get locked in there. And so he brought with him bastone, like the big pieces of bread,
Ooh.
Italian bread, and he went to the ice cream, and he would put the ice cream on the bread, and he was making ice cream sandwiches, but with the
sandwiches,
good bread.
Yeah. Like good guinea shit.
Yeah.
We want to. We definitely want to. I want to do the Coliseum again. I think we could skip the Vatican.
I got my
News on the
cigarettes
Coliseum.
falling out here.
Did you hear about
Nudes?
that? News.
Oh, what?
For the first time in history,
They're doing gladiator fights.
the basement's open.
Oh, that's
You
what-
can go and see the basement of the Coliseum
We
now.
got to do that.
Ooh, we
That
should
I
definitely-
want to go
wanna-
back
yeah.
now just for that.
We want to spend time in Florence because I loved Florence, but then we got to do the Indiana Jones Venice walking tour.
Yeah, we have to go be Indiana
Oh,
Jones.
yeah.
Yeah, but
in
like
Italy.
that's all we have to do. We'll do that in Venice, and I want to go to they have like a big market.
Oh, they got
But we
the
could buy
St. Mark's
various-
Square.
Yeah, the leather, dude. We should get you.
We should get a championship
I was saying,
fanny pack.
a Venetian belt.
But
A
you got to
Venetian
get that in
fanny pack.
Venice,
a
not
pack.
in,
No,
not-
in Venice. In Venice.
Oh, I'm sorry, in Florence, not in Venice.
Oh, Florence is
Florence is the really nice
Ah,
leather.
They got the nice leathers.
But we
yeah.
have to go to in Venice. We got to find the library.
Yep.
We got to do the library. Then we have to rent a red wooden boat,
They have a lot of those.
and
so.
then we have to go out buy a bigger boat,
A bigger boat and fight.
and fight.
Oh, I don't know about that part.
I mean,
Well,
we do.
We do.
We know.
Okay, you guys know a guy.
Well,
Okay.
we will know.
We will find the guy.
We'll just have a guy. Hey, here's some money. Take this boat out for us, and then we'll just fight him.
and we'll just start fighting
Yeah.
and see. He can join in if he wants.
Yeah. The Brotherhood of the Cruciform Sword.
That's right. He can hold the
There you
camera.
go.
Yeah, you know the camera.
But we got to do
Um,
the Indiana Jones.
But we got to do the Indiana. We got to find out what that library is. It's a real library. It's
So
not
the
a-
the outside from the film, the outside view that they captured is a church in Venice.
Right.
It's not a real That's not the library. The
Okay.
library in there,
Well, it didn't
I
look
don't
much
know
like
where
a
the real
library.
library is.
It looked more like a converted church.
It could
Marcus
very well
Brody
be.
was right. Man.
There's only one way to find out, though.
We
So
got to go.
that's right.
There we go.
I think we could skip. I was trying to go to Milan because I feel like we should, but I
No.
heard you don't.
I heard some.
It's not
I
necessary.
heard it was not very necessary.
I just want to
so-
see the thing there.
There's
the,
just there's industry there
yeah, I
for
wanna
like
see- what's the
present
cathedral?
day.
Isn't there like a big basilica there?
La Scala's in Milan.
Yeah,
That's the opera house.
We can go
That's about
drive
it.
by.
want to go see an opera?
Go drive by it.
We could go see.
As
Pavarotti's
long-
not. He's dead.
We can go see Pagliacci, and then we can reenact the Untouchables.
We can do that too. Yeah,
Even though that took place in the south side of Chicago.
we can still do it.
Yeah.
I would say though, like if you're gonna prioritize time, you gotta get to the Amalfi Coast again.
Oh yeah, we're going to Positano. Definitely.
Positano.
We got to go
Yeah.
to the same
Lou's-
restaurant, and
Lou's
we got
restaurant.
to. And Dad's like, my dad's like, you got to find out Lou's last name so we can. I'm like, no, we have to.
It
go.
worked the first
same,
time. Sal the
same
barber.
requirements. Sal the
Sal the
barber.
barber.
He's first of all, after hearing all of Lou's stories about playing golf with Tiger Woods and everything he's done, I'm sure his name carries weight in a small restaurant overseas.
Could possibly be.
Yeah.
For those who don't remember the story when we told it the last time we ever told it.
We've told it before.
We went to Sal is our barber in Jersey. Not mine anymore, obviously, because I don't live in Jersey. But
Yeah, that's why.
that's right. He told us, hey, when you go to Positano in Italy, you got to go to this restaurant. I forgot the name of it. Tagliatella.
La Tagliata.
Yeah, that's it. I was close. And
La Tarantella.
and tell him I sent you, and you'll be good to go. We get to Positano. We get to the hotel, and my father goes to the front desk employee and says, hey, we want to make a reservation at this restaurant. And she goes, oh, you have to do that like way earlier. They're already booked up for the night, I'm sure. He's like, okay, fine. We get to the room. He goes, I'm calling him. So he calls him up. And my father could speak Italian, as you know. I don't know why I'm looking at you. He can speak Italian a little bit still. So he's telling him, hey, let me speak to the owner or whatever. Joey Italia.
I think his name, I don't want to say Mario, but it was a very like
Stereotypical
Mario,
name.
like Mario or Luigi like do fit as like one of the names.
Yeah.
It was a very typical name.
So he calls him up and he says, hey, this is Giovanni from New Jersey. Sal the barber sent us here to go to your restaurant. That's all he said. And the guy goes, oh, Sal, don't worry about it. He goes, I got a table for you. I'll send the shuttle down to pick you up because it's at the top of the hill. He sends the shuttle down for just the three of us, pretty much. We go up the hill, all the little how you doing turns. We get in there, and it's like at a Goodfellas. We're walking in. He's got a table practically in the kitchen. And then we're like, okay, let's get the menu. He goes, no menu. That's it. And then he walks away.
And he brought us back chicken fingers and skins,
Potatoes,
wings,
yeah.
dips.
All the best stuff. He has
Now singing happy birthday.
Bloomin' onion.
he has his mother cooking in the kitchen, and she's just making food, and they're bringing it out. It's all whatever they make, we're eating.
It was
Easily the best meal we had. The whole trip.
Honestly, the best meal of my life. Like
Wow.
in
Without
terms
a
of the
doubt.
variety and the
I
experience.
can't even tell you all the stuff we had. We had everything. And we didn't.
I don't
didn't ask
remember
for
a
anything.
seafood course. Like I don't eat seafood
That's
anyway.
the best.
But I don't
Yeah.
remember I remember like 2 pasta courses, a meat course, the appetizer. Like they did
Everything.
the whole
Dessert.
9 yards.
The whole how you doing?
Limoncello and one. And at the end, I think it was like he gave us the bill, and it was like €30 a person.
Well, it's like one of these. Okay, so make no mistake. When you go to Italy
I mean, we
as an
tipped the
American,
hell out of them.
if
Yeah.
you go to Italy as an American, you will never get a better dinner than if you have nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
That's
The
right.
best meal you can have in Italy is when you're like, bring it on. Whatever. Do it.
Yeah, and
That's it.
I'm glad he told us that what
He's
we
like,
were
no
doing.
menus.
Yeah,
Get out
that's
of
it.
here.
Mario hooked it up or whatever his name is.
But yeah, it was.
But we got to do that again.
it was
Long story
phenomenal.
short, we got to do that again.
Hell yeah.
And no, Dad wants to go down. There's no one left to really go see by us anymore.
Where's this?
Family wise,
Yeah, I mean, there's
people.
There's what's her name?
Figure it out.
Who is Giovanni's wife? Anna
Out in Sala Costolino or somewhere else?
in Sassano.
Sassano.
But
In Sassano,
Giovanni,
okay. Yeah.
Giovanni sadly passed this year. Carmine
Oh.
passed last year. His son Biagio is a piece of garbage.
Well, it's one of those
I
things,
like he's
man.
listening.
Had a jewelry store. We went in there. This is our cousin from he's like
From
really
the old country.
yeah.
Charging
So
full
we're like,
boat?
oh yeah, it was like, oh, we'll buy some of it. Like I bought a watch. Johnny bought a watch and like a bracelet. Like, well, put a little money into your store because town was dead. Like no one
Right.
was going to the store.
Right.
Charges literally 100% full price, like advertised price.
Well,
Like, dude, you can't get 10%.
the nice thing is if you come to my hometown, you can just do a day trip over there. You don't have to worry about like having to
We'll walk
shack up
over.
anywhere. You just go walk over and you can leave.
no, but like I'd rather stay there than stay in Sassano with people we don't even know anymore.
No, that's what I'm saying. You stay, enjoy.
Yeah.
And this way you just go to Sassano for a day or an afternoon and say, all right, well, we were here.
So long. Yeah.
Bye.
so
get some
long now.
food.
Bye bye that.
It's
So
also
long.
like, walking around my father's hometown, you're just walking down the street and then you make dinner plans for the rest of the time you're there.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
one walk around the hometown, because you can do it in a matter of 2 hours.
Yeah.
Probably a little longer than that because people always grab you and you talk
Yeah.
to them. But legitimately,
They're always grabbing.
Well,
It's the
they're grabbing,
Italian.
you know?
They're aggressive.
so you go around though,
Yeah,
and,
that's not me,
and before you know it, literally you got to have your phone and you got to be writing in your calendar everywhere you're going for dinner for the rest of the time you're there.
But
That's what I want to do when I'm
That's
down
it.
there. Just
I
plan
have to
my
control
meals.
my food over there. Like because I want to optimize without doing damage.
The premium thing to do is just
Cocaine.
get the naps in, man. Get the naps in because then you stay up later and you walk a lot more later in the day,
Gotta get your
burn more
steps in.
calories in the day.
I'll tell you what you need to do.
I'll tell you.
Cheers.
And I was-
I'll tell you something else.
Yeah, I was thinking about this on my run yesterday because I was listening to Rocky on my run.
Of course you were.
And you need to show up in fighting shape out there.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to worry about watching what you eat. You want to be prepared that it won't be too much of a degradation to health and wellness. So
if I
you gotta train now.
if I want to float around at 220, I want to go to Italy at 210.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely. Now, one of the best ways to do that
Don't bring it up.
is to sign up for the Rocky Run.
Ayo.
You have several months to prepare for this. You did it at 300 pounds. You could do it now.
I don't want to.
When's the
Nobody
Rocky
wants
run?
to run. I don't want to run.
When's the Rocky
But
run?
It's in November in Philly.
Right here on Libretti Podcast Diaries.
But didn't
Right now.
I already did it. Like, wasn't that the inspirational thing? Is that
No,
I already did
no,
it?
Now you have to beat it.
You barely survived it.
Barely.
But like
You were
did
there.
it.
I
Pistol
was
was a
there.
witness. You
Uh,
barely did it. In fact, you should be embarrassed that fat bastard who dressed as Paulie or whatever he was beat us.
I mean,
Yeah.
listen, Paulie's always been a very
He
underrated
was
character.
he was also a good 40, 50 pounds heavier than you at the time,
Maybe
too.
he was taller. He had more.
No.
He had longer
Hey,
legs.
Here's the deal. I'm here right now on the LPDS. And if you do it, I'll do it.
No, I definitely
We'll
can't do
do
it with
it
the both of you
now.
because I'm not keeping up with two of you.
You don't have
Who
to.
run.
No,
No.
I am not.
This
doing
is the
that.
thing. We're not running with you anymore. This is
That's even worse. It's like he's a professional marathon runner. He's gonna take off.
professional.
You got paid?
Yeah.
Get out of
Paid
here.
sex.
What is that? Because I signed up, that means I'm a professional.
'Cause
I
You,
get
you
it,
have run several full marathons at like a solidly competitive pace.
No, it's
not like
competitive
top notch,
pace.
but
It's
like
a
you-
finisher.
Yeah,
pace.
well,
He finished.
what was your like a full marathon? What was your quickest time?
Like 4:15.
Yeah, that's like a very good time to run a marathon.
No, it's not. A and B.
I ran a half in 3.
Yeah, when you were fat and you didn't train.
Yeah,
you
dude.
half-assed your training and you still did it. Now imagine if you whole-assed it and we could
Look at-
crush
look
it
what we
together.
could
We
do.
could get the belts and we could go get a good meal after.
And also,
But I
like,
already have the belts.
No. You barely got those were participation
you
belts.
can't be proud of it, is what I'm saying.
I could be extremely proud of
Old
doing
fat
that.
Nick could be proud of it.
Yeah.
Not this Nick.
Not this Nick.
This Nick
Nick is
is
just
held
proud
to a
he
higher
fits in the
standard.
pants.
Not competition Nick.
Show us your balls.
I already did. And I got in trouble for it.
Bone Crusher would do it.
Yeah, because he got nothing better to
We
do.
get a whole bunch of people on board to do
Because
this.
he's so worried about his bodacious bod. I got other things going on. I got a mind I got to keep sharp.
Oh yeah, like for what?
He's too busy out here crushing loans and crushing bones.
What are you crushing? Meatball subs?
Yeah. Right here crushing a nice asparagus salad with a little.
Look, the most American thing you can do on Independence Day is sign up for the Rocky Run.
I don't think that's true. It's not Independence Day. Nothing you said is true.
Nothing I said
and
was
I-
false.
And I agree with it 100%.
I'll consider it.
We'll die on that
I'll
hill.
consider it.
You're gonna. I mean, everybody is already pushing for it. You're gonna get a promo from Crusher about it. You heard myself talk about it. Obviously, McStiff and his family were talking about it.
Wait, Johnny, are you doing it? You're in?
I already signed up. I
All
signed
right.
up last year and it just deferred me
Different
because they
system?
canceled. So I'm in.
All right, I'm going to sign up then.
Yeah, I'm in.
I'll sign up and do this
I'm
shit
gonna give
too.
myself a Bowflex. I'm going to commit.
I'm going to commit. I'm going to do it. No,
We
but I'll do
used
it.
to back in middle school when we were on the AIM chat and
Mhm.
the chat rooms. Me and my friends, I won't mention their names because I don't want to protect the innocent in case they don't want to be mentioned.
They're all dead now.
But we would go on and talk to the random, well, we thought were women. They're probably just dudes.
Yeah.
And we would, our brag to make them think that we were cool, tough guys was that we just bought the Bowflex and we were putting it together so we could go work out in our spare time.
So what, was this high school? school?
Middle school, junior high school. Bowflex was big then because the tension rods, and you could do all the how you doings on there. We were just like, well, what are you up to today? Oh, we're putting the Bowflex together.
I was just gonna say, was Bowflex Chuck Norris, or was he total?
No, he was
Jim?
total Jim. He was total Jim. Bowflex was the upper echelon at the time.
That's right.
And we used to tell the aim chat girls, and then we would ask for pictures, and there would be some guy with a mustache, and
it would just be you.
It would be Chris Hansen.
It would be you, like back through time.
Yeah, it would be future me being like, "Gotcha."
That's Johnny invents time travel. That's the one thing he does. I'm gonna
go back in time to troll myself
with little Johnny.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back in time and screw with this little dickhead.
Who's this ugly mustache bald guy?
Yeah,
not me.
I hope I never see him again. Yeah,
let's go get ripped.
Yeah, let's go hit the Bowflex. We didn't even have a Bowflex. We never even had the real one. We just watched the video we watched the ads on the
I'm gonna go gel my hair.
Yeah, that's when I had hair.
Yeah, that's back in the day.
We used to do the flip. It would be flat down, and then the flip at the top. I don't even know what it was called.
It was called flip.
It was called the 90s flip.
Yeah,
but I don't know how that came and went so quickly.
Like everything in the
90s.
It was middle school. It was maybe
That's
1
true.
year in middle school.
Yeah,
it was gone, and some people frosted the tips.
Yeah, thanks, Nick Lachey.
And that was tough. Yeah,
like, I didn't frost your tips.
No, it was totally Nick Lachey who did that.
Yeah, and Sync. Is he in Sync? He's 98 degrees.
98 degrees.
That's right.
Nick Carter was. I want to say it was Backstreet Boys for some reason. Nick
Backstreet.
Carter was.
He's Backstreet Boys.
For some reason, I was about to say Nick Carter was Apollo 13.
Apollo 13.
I don't know what. No, nothing. There's nothing there.
No connection.
No connection at all.
Failure is not an option.
That's the connection.
That's a connection.
Because that was the mindset.
That
Nick
Carter had, the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, because they still haven't quit. They're still after.
My sister still goes to see him.
I saw them.
I can't even dog on her.
No,
I saw them like 3 years ago at the Beacon Theater.
Yeah, that's right. They're still big.
I had the most confusing boner of my life.
Where'd you go
from the BSBs?
That was some girl I was taking out in the city.
BSBB?
Yeah.
Which one? Backstreet Boy Boner Daddy? Nobody's listening to me.
The older one. The older one.
The one we met down at the thing?
Oh, actually, yeah, you know her. Connecticut. Connecticut one.
We met some
yeah, she wanted to see the Backstreet Boys. So there was this woman who I met when I did a gig up in Connecticut for the Town Party Festival. And we stayed in touch, and she lived around the corner from where my office was. So we would go out, and one of the times she wanted to go out, she wanted to go see the Backstreet Boys. So we got tickets.
That's creepy because when the Backstreet Boys first came on the scene, she was probably in her 20s.
Why is that creepy?
I don't know.
You got to understand that
it was a teeny boy band.
No, you think that because that's where we were, but legitimately older women were swooning, bro.
They were big, man.
They were big.
They were back.
All right.
They were back.
Yeah, they certainly were, and they still are.
And it was great though. They were fantastic. The pageantry.
They put on a
great show. Yeah. I was bummed there wasn't a live band, but that's just me.
Well, yeah.
But they did a great job.
Listen, a lot of things in life are disappointments, Pete. Like, having to go to your rich parents in Connecticut to help pay for your daughter's school.
It's tough.
Half apps.
But instead of seeing the negative,
see the positive.
Especially for those who listened to the previous episode, you see things as an opportunity to learn and grow and have a good time.
Amen.
So instead of being mad that there was no live band, you got to experience once in a lifetime type of choreography by a couple of fit middle-aged gentlemen doing work.
Right.
Yeah. It's
barely hanging on.
It's like that feeling of getting accepted into Chilton. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I don't think anybody else does.
I think I know what you mean too, Nick.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Are you guys both?
We both know.
We now know what you mean.
When did this happen?
Mere hours ago.
How many episodes are we talking here?
1.5.
1.5.
2.
So far, so good?
Yeah, we're watching it.
Yeah.
It's happening.
I'm telling
we
you,
were layering in some jokes throughout the episode.
Yeah, throughout the whole episode, we've been peppering stuff in.
Let's see if it catches on. It had to be Chilton.
It had to be Chilton.
That was an obvious one. I don't know what else.
The one I just said before, I'm like, it's having to go for your parents for money to help pay for your daughter's private school.
Okay. I thought you were talking about when Pete went to Connecticut.
No.
Okay.
No, but that's why that works so well.
I guess that's why it works double well. Yeah.
Layered.
Yeah. So everybody knows already.
Don't tell them
that I'm a Gilmore Girls fan.
I'm a Gilmore guy.
I am a Gilmore guy.
I'm going to tell you something. Nick, you can attest to this. When we started watching it,
I'm going to test these.
He was like, oh, let's watch it before the podcast. Or no, first he was like, my brother says it's good. We should watch it. I'm like, no, dude. And then he was
like,
let's watch it before the podcast. This way we can be in the know. I'm like, all right, I'm on board. You son of a bitch. I'm in.
Of it.
So we started watching it. We watched the beginning part of the pilot, and then it goes to the credits, like the beginning credits.
Yeah.
Nick,
You skipped the
I was
intro.
howling laughing. I was crying with laughter because I'm watching this thinking of you with your bald head on a bicycle watching this or running on a treadmill. And I lost my mind. It was the funniest image in my
Great.
head.
I usually skip the intro now. I've seen it already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because it's just so 90s. Like,
It
it's
really
not
is.
90s. It's 2000.
Early 2000s. Yeah.
Jared Padalecki is
He's a
unrecognizable,
baby.
but his acting style is
Is the
same.
100% identical to Supernatural.
Yeah.
He just you know what it is? He looks like him, you know, like a younger. It's his voice. Like two
It's almost the
years
same
later,
voice.
because
Yeah.
like his
Yeah.
voice from season 1 of Supernatural is like definitely more recognizable to the rest of the show.
Mhm.
But somewhere in between season 1 of Gilmore Girls and season 1 of Supernatural, his voice, his Bolini's dropped a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
got a little
Well,
bit
you
deeper.
hear it later on in the seasons on
Gilmore?
Yeah.
Well, because they ran right into each other, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think they did. Yeah. They went.
Rory-
That's why there was a lot. That's why they kind of not wrote him off, but he plays a lesser role later on
in the
later
season.
in the show. Yeah.
Rory, I don't even know if I want to go to school anymore.
Sammy.
Like,
Well, his name is Dean,
Yeah.
which is really
Dean.
funny.
Genie.
isn't that his brother's name?
His brother's
in
name is
Supernatural.
You should
Supernatural,
watch
his brother's
you
name
gotta
is
watch Supernatural.
I used to watch it all the time back in the
But,
day.
you gotta
I
watch
have
it
to
now.
go. I have to rewatch. You have to
you
go
have to
back
rewatch
to it.
starting this week now because we started Gilmore Girls and you got to watch, and then we'll have like a monthly catch up where we
And we could
find
do
out-
it on the
we
podcast.
find
can
out
have
where
a-
we are with the girls and we find out where you are with the boys.
But here's the
Yeah.
problem. Okay. Here's what we'll do. I am in season 4 of Gilmore on a rewatch. I'll
Okay.
stop.
Yeah.
While you guys catch up.
to 4.
Simultaneously, I will get up through Supernatural while you guys are going through Gilmore.
Okay.
Okay, so that way we can hit Gilmore together, and then I can also catch up on Supernatural because I'm sacrificing one for the. I can't watch both at the same time.
Right.
It's just
Naturally.
too much. It's too
Naturally.
much Dean. It's too much Padalecki.
Too much Padalecki,
So-
which is, I don't know if there's such
Shit.
thing.
No, but it's a
Rebel.
Padalecki a brain overload. Not that it would be a bad
That's
thing,
true.
but
But there was-
I'll mix characters too much.
There were
Yeah.
so many recognizable people. Melissa McCarthy was in it. Alex
Yeah.
Bornstein.
Yep.
And then the guy that asked the mom out in the second episode was in Con Air. As
He's in Con Air. Yeah, put the bunny back.
in the
Yeah.
box guy.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
What was his name? Diamond.
Dallas Page.
No, it wasn't Dallas Page. I forgot his name, but yeah, he killed his family or something in Con Air.
Yeah.
But yeah, go
So
through it.
that'll be for the next time.
There you go. Yeah,
I
I,
love
like
that
Luke.
idea.
I'm a big fan of Luke.
Was he the diner?
He's a diner.
He's the diner
owner.
guy.
You could like the
He's
the
great.
will they won't they has already started.
Also, there's something
Yeah.
about Lorelai, man.
I
Like
know, you gotta
black hair,
think-
blue eyes. Wow.
And I like
thing.
she's the sarcasm in there, like the jokes.
They're quick.
They're-
It's
The
Quick
one when
wit,
she was
wit.
playing the
I'm a
harp
big
and like
fan.
everyone's she's doing this elaborate harp thing. Everyone like, oh look at her, and then she just stops in the middle of it. It's like lunch.
She's like, that's lunch, and
That's
she
lunch.
gets up and walks away.
Yeah.
No, she's great.
So
man.
we'll do that for
Here's
for
a
next
little
time.
funny story. So the harpist is what's her name?
Alex Bornstein.
Yeah.
From Mad TV
Mad
and
TV.
Family Guy.
Right. She was supposed to play Melissa McCarthy's character, the chef Suki.
No way.
Yeah, and something happened where she had it, like she did a movie or something else happened where they're like, well, we can't use her anymore.
She's a Family Guy probably.
So-
Family Guy started in like 99, 2000.
Yeah.
Maybe. So they picked Melissa McCarthy and they brought her back to do the harp
thing.
stuff. But she actually has another role later on in the show as like an old lady. She dressed up as an old lady that works with the mother for some stuff.
But she's like a different.
It's a bit part. It's a different character altogether.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then she ends up doing Family Guy, and she's in what do you call it now? The old timey comedy. Is it on Netflix or something?
Old people comedy or something.
No, it's a show. Miss Maisel, Fabulous
yes,
Miss
Marvelous
Maisel.
Miss Maisel.
Marvelous
Yep.
Miss
Yeah,
Maisel.
yeah.
That's it. So she did okay for herself.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about
So
Um, but
to-
yeah, I like it because of the quick wit, the jokes, good character, like build up, the story. Kirk so his name is not Kirk in the first couple episodes, but he ends up being his name is Kirk in the show. Is what's his name? Judge from Guardians of the Galaxy. Not Michael Judge. That's Beavis and Butthead.
Guardians and Galaxy.
oh,
He's a skinny guy.
the guy who plays Yondu with the hair.
No, not the blue guy.
Oh,
The skinny. nerdy dude. Maybe it's not Judge. I don't know.
James Gunn?
James Gunn. That's it.
The
Gunn.
director?
No, his brother.
Oh, the brother. Yeah.
Gunn. I don't know his name.
He's in
Oh, he was he the DSL guy?
He's a DSL guy.
Yeah.
But he comes back. He becomes a recurring character, like a mainstay in the show. His name is Kirk in the show. Incredible character. There's one episode where he makes his own homemade movie. Absolutely atrocious movie. It's great. Yeah, it's great. So we'll do that. That's the plan.
That'll be our next one.
Yeah. So I'll restart Supernatural again.
Yeah.
What's that on? Hulu?
Supernatural's on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
All 15. It's all done now.
All right.
All 15 seasons.
So to wrap this up, this is
4th of July.
This is the issue. This is the issue I'm challenging. The challenge I'm issuing. I will sign up for the Rocky Run.
That's it. Good night, everybody.
If I finish, Crusher has to admit that I am the better guest host of the LPDS, and I will acquire the LPDS Joe Rogan Satchel Belt.
Championship
fanny pack belt to keep my medals in. That's the deal.
That's the challenge to the Crusher.
So it's back to the Crusher. If I no set times, I'm not doing that. It's not gonna be like you got to finish in like 2 hours or less. Like none of that. If I finish in a more reasonable time than last time, if I finish in under 3 hours, which was my time last time, was 3 hours.
I think it was more than that. But
Yeah, it was like 3.5.
So even better. So under 3 hours, then Crusher has to admit in a promo or on the show, in a video promo, I am the better guest host, and I walk away. I am crowned at the finishing line
for the remainder of the year
with the LPDS Satchel Belt to hold in my Italian Stallion Challenge medals. That's the deal. That's out there.
Okay,
right
so
good.
now here's the thing, though, and you're a witness.
I am here.
I am saying Crusher is allowed a counter offer.
He is. I don't have to accept it,
which is
just like he doesn't have to accept this one.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There has to be negotiations involved. This is not a this or that thing. We have to be civil here. We also have to, push the envelope. So if Crusher's listening to this,
well, he's got to counteract with what happens to me if I don't finish in the 3 hours.
He can provide. What are the?
I would say
the terms.
Either way, once you guys agree upon the terms, that's what it comes down to. So he
Yes,
could
right.
say, yeah, sure, your bar is acceptable, but
if you
if
don't
you
make
it, then it's up to Crusher.
Yeah, at the very least, he'll get the pack.
Right.
In the very least, but I think there should be more.
pack.
I think there should be more than that. Crusher, you got this.
Yeah, just having the pack and the title, like
I would also have to admit that I'm wrong, and so I would have to do the same thing.
Yeah, there has to be a counter offer.
You would have to do your apology in Chinese, like John Cena.
Yeah, right.
I
I don't know if that's Chinese or gibberish or what have you.
He's on the menu.
He spoke legit Mandarin.
He spoke
I'm
Mandarin.
talking you right now. Was absolute gibberish. Yeah.
You could speak Chinese food menu.
Yeah,
which is in English.
Yeah.
But
Number 4.
Right, so
I think that's a good time to cut it.
Yeah.
We talked very little about Independence Day, which is okay.
We exhibited the freedoms that we have in this country.
Exactly. We're going to watch the movie. I encourage everyone to. By the time they're listening to this, it'll be Independence Day weekend. Yeah. So go watch it, enjoy it. Watch Russell Case, Randy Quaid. We talk about him so often. Everyone knows who that character is. But
hello, boys.
We'll cut it here. We'll end it with the challenge. We'll end it with our plan of attack for
the Gilmore Girls Supernatural crossover.
That's right.
Yep.
But before we go,
oh God, you're gonna thank 9,000 people.
No, I'm gonna thank you guys 1,000 times. Just 2 people 1,000 times.
Thank you.
We gotta talk about the big 3 real quick. So number 1, exercise every day. For so many obvious reasons, it helps you physically, mentally, emotionally. We all know that after you exercise, how you feel afterwards. It's very obvious. Number 2, don't be a shitty person. Don't be the text message tough guy, the keyboard cowboy, hiding behind your computer, shit talking people you never met, you don't know anything about. Remember, people are still human beings with feelings and lives and shit going on in those lives. So understand that before you want to troll them or trash them or try to cancel them or what have you. And number 3, the most important, is be thankful and grateful for everything you have that is good in your lives. I'm grateful for being able to do this. How many other jabronis get to drive around the country and make stops at their brothers' houses to do podcasts and create and immortalize content like this, these experiences. Nobody, rich people and all the famous people that are doing successful podcasters can. Podcasters. But from the world of the regulars, the normals, this is an awesome ability to be able to do this. So I'm absolutely grateful for you guys letting me do this all the time. I'm sure you guys are grateful and thankful for the good stuff that's going on in your lives. Yeah. Like we talked about previously, get that brain thinking about the positives and the good in your lives, to be grateful and thankful for that, as opposed to seeing things as negatives or obstacles or hurdles. And with that, thank you both again for letting me do this. Thank you guys for listening. Go follow all the shit on the website and the Instagrams and the How You Doings.
But don't follow that wimpy little hot stuff Crusher.
The fighting words, the challenge has been made.
The gauntlet has been thrown down, Crusher.
There you go.
Time to take your shirt off and accept the challenge.
Take your shirt off and oil up. It's going to get messy.
Oil up. It's going to get rough.
It's going to get rough. Thank you guys again. I love you all. Stay strong.